Okay, we're back with a very exciting episode of the drone. Yes, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a bit of a flight because I haven't took it out for a bit. So I thought, well, instead of me just flying it around willy-nilly, I thought I'll show you what it's about and how it looks on the phone, because this phone has to be connected to this controller. So I thought I'll show you all the little bits, little gizmos, and how we get it up and running. I've charged up 3 batteries. As you can see, there's the battery. Look, quite chunky things. They're called smart batteries. Basically because you can press the button and they just light up. I don't know if you can see in this light, but it don't come out properly on the camera actually. But there's 4 little lights on there, and it lights from 1 to 4. Depending on how much charge they got. I've just charged the 3 up. Each battery is supposed to last about 23 minutes, but to be honest, you never get 23 minutes out. Usually about a quarter of an hour to 17 minutes, something like that, depending on what you're doing really, or if you've got strong winds. It takes a bit more power to go against the force of the wind sort of thing. There's a little bit of a breeze today, so I'm hoping it ain't too bad. But so yeah, so I thought, oh yeah. There's my drink of fizzy water, because I've run out of beer. She's not saying anything. Because I've run out of beer. So, okay, so let's show you. Now, this is the DJI Mavic Air. I know there's a new one out now, isn't there? Mavic Air 2, I think. So, this is the original one. Nothing wrong with the original one. Pretty good, as you've seen from previous videos. There's a little case here. There's another case, of course, for all these sort of bits and bobs as well. You know, the batteries and the battery charge and what have you. So let me bring the camera in so you can see better. Okay, so this is how the drone comes out of the packaging, nice and neat. So what you got to do first, get these pulled out like this. These ones go sideways, like that. Also got to take this off. You have to remember to take this off. This is covering the camera itself. And if you don't take that off when you're flying it, you could damage the gimbal on it, because it's like on a gimbal. I'll put that down on there. So I've got my little operator's license scribbled on there, because I've had to take a test by the Civil Aviation Authority. So let's plug one of these in. Quite easy to do. So you get hold to one of these. You have to make sure the contacts, you can see the contacts on there on the end. I've got to go in with the contacts in there. So you just tuck that in, as so, and then just drop it, push it in. That's it. It's clipped in. And then you got to pull these down as well, don't forget, which I nearly did. I always forget something. And there you go, that is ready to put down. I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to take it off from the table, because the table's got metal legs, and if it picks up metal nearby, it tends to not like that. So we'll just lift it off from the ground. From the ground here, should be all right. Right, okay, so we'll put that down there a minute, just for a minute, and I'll show the controller. This is a controller. It's quite compact, quite neat. So you pull these out. That's so. Let's see if we can get around here again so you can see better. You pull these out like this. That there's little, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a cable that runs from the side there, runs into there, and that plugs into your phone. You can really see or not. So that plugs underneath my phone to connect my phone up. Now, as you can see on here, the thumbsticks are actually detachable. So you pull these out of here, you screw them in, which is a pretty neat idea, except for the fact, of course, if you're in long grass or something and you drop these things, you're going to have a job finding them. You have to be very, very careful when you put these on. There we go. So now you got them on now, look. So you see that? You can use your thumbs, or you're supposed to do it like that actually. Professionals do it like that. Okay, and there's the antennas, so you carefully lift these. So, like that. There you go. Slight angle. Hold it up sort of thing like that. So they're all pretty straight, and when you're flying, you have to try and keep aiming towards it to keep the signal strength. Okay, so now I've got to connect my phone up. This is a bit tricky sometimes. You need 3 hands to this. Okay. Okay. There you go. So it's like that. You've got the attachment for an Android and you've got iPhone as well, but this is an Android phone, so. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start up the recording software. I've got recording software on it, so we have to have this in the corner. You can see what I can see when I'm flying the drone, so that'd be pretty cool. So we'll get all that sorted and I'll get the drone set ready and I'll come back in a second. Okay, so as you can probably tell on the screen right now, it should be in just there somewhere. You should see my screen, what I'm looking at. I'm just going to move it up and down so you can see there's all the different options there, and you can see calibrate. Can you see calibrate there? Well, that's what I've got to do before I can fly. So what I've got to do now is touch that, and it says, turn around, face you here. Calibrate the compass. Ensure there are no magnets or metal objects near the compass during calibration. Okay, so here we go. Make sure no. Rotate aircraft 360 degrees horizontally. Okay, so we pick it up, and this is the fun bit. Okay, and it says point the nose down, and then rotate aircraft 360 degrees again. Feel a bit of a plonker doing this. There we go. And as you can see on the screen now, you should be able to, hopefully, you should see it's ready to go. Okay, well, the fly on my screen then. Okay, just changing the video size now. It's set to 1080p. I'm actually going to go to 30 frames a second at 4K. Which actually, this is the first time I'm actually recording in 4K with the drone, so it's going to be nice to see what the footage will be like afterwards. Okay, I've started recording, as you can see, and off we go. So as you can see right now on the screen, you'll see the height going up. I'm going to let it go to about 55. Nearly there now. And that is about right. Somewhere like that, that'll do. So, because it's got to be 50 metres up at least, especially if there's anybody about. So, okay, now I'm going to tilt the camera down slightly. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to move forward. Now you do get some warnings about the altitude and wind and that, so forget them, I'm just going to ignore them. So I'm going to point down now and see where we are. Right, so that's looking just directly down below right now. And we'll turn around. And there is a tree in the distance over there, so I'm going to fly behind that tree. down. While I'm bringing it down, I'm just going to make the camera point more forwards. And as there's nobody around in this private field here, we're safe to go lower than 50 metres. Birds flying underneath me there. Okay, we'll stop at that. Okay, and if I turn around, you can see there's the tree, which is over there. We're over here. You can't see on here. Just turn around quickly, just make sure nobody's hanging around. No, nobody behind. So, okay, so I'm going to go through that gap over there, next to the tree. If we get too close to the tree, there's a warning on it. I can just see it flying along over there. Turn it round. There we go. And we'll come back towards us. Okay, so this is the low battery warning. So basically now I can just leave it and carry on flying. It will bring itself back home. Or I can just do a shortcut with that. I can get my finger in there. Press the wrong one there. Try again. There we go. You should be able to see now. It's going to turn around and out and come back to the exact spot that it took off. We'll just check on that to see if it does. And you can see it coming up above. Oops. Just trying to decide which way to go here. Here it comes, and I'm not touching the remote at all. I'm holding on to it, but there you go. How about that? So it's got a lot of safety features on it, which is pretty good. I mean, if I flew towards that tree, it would just stop before it hits the branches. That's really good. I quite like that. So I'll just turn that off. Okay, stop that. And you can return to home at any time. So if I go too far out, it loses contact. It just knows to come straight back and land to where you took off from. So it is really, really good. And hopefully the footage is really good. I haven't checked it yet, but it should be. It should be really good. One more thing I'm going to try, which is the dodgier side. and you should only do this if you're really comfortable doing it, which I am, and that is to put into sport mode. But before I do that, I've got to change the battery over, so let me do that now. Okay, so as there's nobody about, I'll double check before I do this, of course. I'm going to switch it to sport mode, which turns off all the safety features, but it lets it go up to 40 miles an hour, which is it's pretty fast. So we'll give it a go. We'll fly it towards the tree, but I'm not going to, I won't be hitting the tree, alright. So here we go. So as you can see, it's pretty damn fast, so I'm going to fly it back towards me now. It will actually run into me as well, so I've got to be careful. You can see all safety features are off now. It's not beeping away, telling me it's near anything like it normally does. Really, really close. Let's lift the camera up. So this is actually can be quite good for some fast motion shots. If you don't want to do it in the editing software, you can do it live on this. So what you could do, turn it round, just make sure you don't fly too low. More flies. And what you can do is point it not quite all the way down. We can do it like this. And do this, which is a bit freaky because I could hit the ground doing that. But you basically got to keep your eye on it. And there's mounds of dirt there actually as well, so it can fly. What I tend to do, if I want to fly I want to fly close to something, I get in position first, make sure you're going to clear it, and go backwards, and then go forwards. So let's see. That's how I do them sort of shots. And also, of course, doing backwards shots as well is pretty cool. So let's go back over to them. Let's get closer. So keep your eye on things. Make sure, in fact, go over to it if necessary. Camera just right first and then fly backwards slowly. quite effective. I could even fly it above our motorhome. Remember, I've got the skylight open. And there's a tree there, and I'll watch the branches on that. Okay. It's a bit dirty actually. Turn it around. Check it out sport mode. Let me check it out sport mode now. Really slowly. As you can see now, it's warning me now that I'm getting close. Okay, so there we go. Okay, that's it. Signing off with lots of beats. Hold on.